Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Daria if you're new here, and today's practice is called breath wave. So this is a really fluid and flowy type of practice. We'll be sprinkling in some bits of intuitive movement as well, but this will really get you connected to the way that your breath can inform your movement and act as this kind of wave that carries you through your practice that you're like riding on or surfing on. So for this class, you just need yourself and some place to move, maybe a couple of yoga blocks if you have them and you want to grab them. And whenever you're ready, let's go ahead and get into it. We'll get started lying on our backs. So find your way here, and you're welcome to take any position that is comfortable for you. You might just start in Shavasana with the arms and legs extended. You could take Supta Baddha Konasana, connecting the soles of the feet and allowing your knees to wing open, or broken bridge, or anything else that is comfortable for you. And then find a placement of your hands where one hand is on your low belly and one is on your heart space. Begin to allow your eyes to fall closed and just take a couple of moments to soften. Feel into anchoring. Let your body be held by the surface that supports it. And then take a deep inhale breath through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, big sigh, letting go of your day. Again, in through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Sigh it out. One more time. In through the nose. 4, 2. Clearing exhale breath. Now begin to settle into a deeper, fuller breath, almost like you're creating like a slow motion situation compared to the way you might habitually breathe. So every inhalation lasts a little longer than the one before it. Starting to breathe in and out through your nose now. Create a little constriction in the back of your throat, or just start to think about like tracing the breath along that space as you draw it in and as you release it out. Beginning to find Ujjayi Pranayama, also known as ocean breath. And let the sound of this breath be soothing. Start to follow the wave of your inhalation as it moves to the belly, then to the ribs, and then to the chest, and releases out of the chest, through the ribs, and through the belly. Keep following that pathway. And as you're lying here, if you were to watch your body from the side, you would literally be able to see the wave of the breath. Just spend a few more moments here, feeling into all the parts of the moment as it is, showing up for your practice without needing to fix or change. Just allow yourself to be. Begin to release your hands, draw your knees into your chest, and catch onto the fronts of your shins. Take a couple circles onto your low back to massage your sacrum, going in one direction and then the other. And then begin to catch onto the backs of your legs and rock and roll the length of your spine, moving up towards seated and back down a few times. Create a little contraction in your core as you do this so that you can really press your back body into the earth. Rocking up to a seat. From here, cross at your ankles, roll over your shins, and come into tabletop position, aligning shoulders over wrists and hips over knees. With your next inhale breath, soften your front body, belly drops, tailbone lifts. Begin to arc through your spine so that your vertebrae are like moving closer to one another. Reach your heart forward and see if you can imagine that the back of your head is going to touch your low back space as you turn your eyes to look up. One more breath in here in cow pose. When you breathe out, start to press down, tuck your pelvis, get really hollow in your belly, round your spine, and let your head fall so your chin drops toward your chest. Cat. Again, breathing in, riding that wave, opening up the front body to come into cow. Breathe out, press down, round your spine, tucking the chin toward the chest. Keep going with these cat-cows on the rhythm of your own breath, seeing if you can link the breath and the movement so they have the same duration. And then keep going with this, and as you do, start to explore whether your body might want to move in some different ways. You can play with lateral movement, circular movement, flip your palms or your fingers to point in different directions. There are no rules here. Just take some time to communicate body and breath with one another, taking the analytical mind out of it. When you're ready, walk your hands forward and we'll just spend a couple breaths in puppy pose. So hips are going high. You can drop your forehead or maybe the chest and the chin all the way down. Really focus on the movement of the breath into your belly here, releasing any restriction from that area so the breath can be unhindered. Press into your palms. Start to lift your heart. And walk your hands back in so they're aligned under your shoulders. Curl your toes under. Take a breath in as you prepare. As you breathe out, lift your knees and send your hips to the sky, finding your first downward facing dog. Right away, see how much earth you can catch in your hands and in your feet. So really spread the fingers, really spread the toes, and then grip down. Spread your shoulder blades really broad. Bend your knees a little here so that you can curl your sitting bones toward the sky, reaching the heart back to the thighs. Feel the wave of breath as it travels up the central column of your spine with your inhale. And feel the breath wash back down your spine with your exhale. Stay 2 more rounds here. Finding again that audible quality to your breath. Next inhale, turn your eyes to look forward. As you exhale, slowly travel into ragdoll, walking the feet forward until your toes land behind your wrists. Bend your knees deeply, and then just let your spine waterfall forward. Head is fully dropped. You can do whatever you want with your arms if you'd like to take a variation. Spend some time with your awareness in your back body. So moving through the spine, back of neck, back of head, but then also through the backs of the legs, washing down the hamstrings, calves, all the way into the soles of your feet. If you feel compelled to move at all, you're welcome to. Maybe a little sway, lateral rock, side to side. If you took an arm variation, release it. Root into your feet, squeeze your core, and slowly start to round your spine to unwind all the way up to a tall standing position, but be in no rush to get there. Take your time with this and allow your head to stack. Very last, soften your shoulders away from your ears. Draw your feet together to touch or leave them hips distance if that works for you. Breathe in, circle your arms wide and all the way up to the sky. As you breathe out, draw your palms into prayer at heart center. Close your eyes and begin to consider your intention. I will offer something along the lines of our theme, which is to contemplate where in your life you can ride the waves a little bit more. How can you kind of stay afloat, stay on top of the water, and let yourself move with the flow of life rather than sinking underneath those waves and kind of letting yourself be hit by them in a different kind of way? So a bit of going with the flow and following the breath as your guide. Take an inhale and an exhale. Blink your eyes open, soften your palms down. Inhale, reach wide, reach up. Exhale, long spine, strong core, dive down, forward fold, drop your head at the bottom. Inhale, breath, halfway lift, crown forward, tail back. Exhale, fingertips to the mat, pick up your left foot, step it to the back of your space, touch your toes down and then land your knee. When you inhale, pull your feet toward one another. Float your arms to the sky, finding kneeling warrior. When you exhale, allow your pelvis to melt down and forward, but do so without disengaging the front of your core. Take another breath in, grow through your spine. Breathe out, settle through the hips. Release your fingertips to the mat. Draw back on your pelvis. Flex your front toes. Keep your spine elongating as you bow into Ardha Hanumanasana half splits. When you inhale, stick your butt back. Pull right heel and left knee toward one another. Grow your heart forward. Stretch your spine. When you exhale, find greater depth to the sensation that you're feeling. That does not necessarily mean folding in deeper externally. Stay, one more breath. Walk your right hand inside of your leg. Place your palms so they're beneath your shoulders. Then breathe in to prepare. When you breathe out, press down. Round your spine. Use your core to pick up your right foot to a hover. Then glide your leg out to the side and then circle it all the way around and back. And as you do, spin your right toenails to point straight down. Begin to kick your right heel in towards your sit bone. Reach with your left hand around and back and see if you can catch the foot either from the inside or the outside. If not, no worries. Flex your toes into your hand. Shoulder blades hug. Inhale, puff your heart forward. Exhale, kick your right shin back and reach your toes to the sky. Stay for another breath in. As you breathe out, release. Land your knee in your hand, tuck your toes, then lift your knees and send your hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. When you breathe in, lift your heels, make a big wave through your spine to come all the way forward into a high plank. When you breathe out, bend your elbows, lower halfway chaturanga, and then sink pelvis, untuck the toes, rest your heart and your chin down. Press your toenails down, squeeze your thighs, and imprint your hip bones into the ground by pressing your pelvis heavy. When you inhale, keep all these actions. Float your heart and float your hands. Exhale, squeeze your inner thighs toward one another. One more breath in, lift the heart a little higher. Exhale, release your heart, place your fingertips toward the sides of the mat and lift your palms and elbows toward the sky. Breathe in, root your legs and your feet like it's a mermaid tail, really press down, and then start to rise all the way up into a high cobra on fingertips. Wrap your biceps forward, triceps back. Shoulders away from your ears, and the energy is coming from the back of your heart, shining forward. One more breath in. Breathe out, slowly roll all the way back down. We're gonna do that 2 more times on the breath. So inhale, rising up like a wave swelling. Exhale, washing back down like the wave crashing into the beach. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Palms beside your ribs, tuck your toes, breathe in to prepare. Breathe out, press through tabletop, and then back into active child's pose. Hips reach to your heels, heart stretches forward to your thumbs. Inhale, round your spine, come forward through hands and knees into cat. Exhale, lift your knees and send your hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Get steady here for a full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, travel to a fold at the top of your mat. Breathe in, halfway lift, elongate your spine, and breathe out, bow. Inhale, root down, long spine as you rise to stand. Gaze goes up, palms touch overhead. Exhale, palms to prayer, Tadasana. Breathe in, reach wide, reach up. Breathe out, Uttanasana. Swim through space, diving down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fingertips to the earth. Pick up your right foot, step it back, touch your toes, and then your knee down. When you breathe in, hug your inner thighs toward one another. Let your arms float up to the sky. Breathe out and sink your hips down and forward. Shoulders, jaw, and hips all softening. One more breath in. One more breath out. Circle your fingertips down to the mat. Glide your pelvis back in space and flex through your left toes really brightly. Left leg straight-ish. Inhale. Almost create like a cow in your spine. So you're sticking your butt out. Reach your heart like it's a light shining onto your left set of toes. And then take the exhale breath to find something to soften, something to release. Again, breathe in. Breathe out. Place your left hand inside of your foot, both palms aligned underneath of your shoulders. Inhale, stretch your spine and prepare. Exhale, press down, pick up your left heel to a hover, squeeze your core, and then glide your leg out to the side and all the way around and back behind you. Left toenails pointing straight down. Kick your heel in. Stay here and just stretch your toes to the sky, or find a connection with your right hand and your left foot, inside or outside. Flexing the toes, grip the mat with your left fingertips, and then create the tug of war. Heart stretching forward, shin stretching back, toes to the sky. One more breath in. Breathe out, release. Knee and hand land. Lift the knees then and glide your hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. When you inhale, heels float, round forward. See how much you can be like water as you come into high plank. And exhale, keep your core taut as you bend your elbows lower halfway, then sink pelvis, chest and chin to the earth. Take your inhale breath to rise into baby cobra. Exhale, breath lower down. Fingertips wide on your mat. Inhale, press down, rise up. Exhale, let your body kind of like pour back down onto the earth. Chin lands last. Two more. Breathe in. Again, seeing how much you can liquefy your spine. Breathing out, soften down. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Palms by the ribs, tuck your toes, breathe in. Breathe out, initiate the hips, drawing back towards your heels as your heart resists forward, active child's pose. Inhale, round, come forward, hands and knees. Exhale, knees lift, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Let's take one more, inhale. Exhale. On your next inhale breath, stretch your right leg high to the sky, three-legged down dog. As you exhale, lift your left heel, hug your right knee towards your left tricep, and then extend right leg through to the left, knife edge of the foot roots, left heel pivots down. Bend your left knee a little. When you inhale, open your left fingertips up to the sky to find a fallen triangle. When you exhale, left fingertips reach all the way forward over the top of your head. See if you can bridge your pelvis up a little higher. One more breath in. Breathe out, pivot to face the top of your mat, left hand lands, pick up your right foot and then step back into down dog, but as you do, cross your right foot behind your left one, pivot your heels to the left, bend your knees to back off, and take like a little twisted down dog here. Seeing if you can press your heels down, trying to stack right hip on left one, and cinching through your right side body. Take another breath in. And another breath out. Inhale, turn your toes so they point forward, but keep the cross of your legs, riding that breath forward into a high plank. So eventually your right set of toes will kind of hover, right ankle crossed on the left one. As you exhale, bend your elbows lower, halfway chaturanga. Inhale, tuck-toed up dog, keeping the left foot rooted, right foot stacked on top, heart stretching forward. As you exhale, engage your core, hug your belly button to your spine, drive your right knee forward to your chest, and then step right foot to right thumb. With your next breath in, root your big toes, rise to standing in a high crescent lunge. As you breathe out, cactus your elbows and tilt your heart to the sky. Inhale here, growing from your waistlines up. As you exhale, lean your chest forward, bring your fingertips forward with you and create like a 45-ish degree lean through your torso. Again, inhale, waving through the spine to come back up. Cactus the elbows, lift the heart. Exhale, come forward, press your fingertips forward. One more breath. Inhale, rise. As you exhale, move forward with your torso. This time, place your left palm down. Flex your right toes and pivot to the knife edges of both feet. Crawl your right toes a little bit back in space. Inhale, hips away from the earth. Exhale, sink your left outer hip down and kind of allow your left shoulder to move towards your ear. Inhale, press into two hands in the left palm to rise back up into this horizon lunge. Exhale, sink it back down. One more time. Breathe in, press down, rise up. See how much you can squeeze your left side body. Then walk your left foot a little more forward, like toward the top of your mat. Bend both knees. Pick up your right toes. Step them off the mat behind you. Dig into your left big toe. Scoop your left shoulder blade underneath of you. And as you inhale, open up into wild thing. Staying for the exhale breath, get more rooted. Take the inhalation to open things up a little more, whatever that means for you. Exhale to stack right side on top of the left side, right palm to the top of the mat, and step into downward facing dog. With your next in-breath, stretch your left leg high, three-legged down dog. Exhale, right heel floats, left knee hugs across the midline of the body. Extend your left leg through to the right, knife edge of the foot lands, pivot your right heel down. As you inhale, press down and open up into fallen triangle, right arm up. Exhale, fingertips reach forward over the top of your ear. Take one more breath here. When you breathe out, right palm down, turn your right toes forward. Pick up your left foot, cross it behind the right one, coming into this twisted down dog. Heels pivot to the right, bend your knees, cinching the right side body, opening the left side. You can look underneath of your left arm. Take a breath in, take a breath out. Now inhale, turn your toes forward, stack your left ankle kind of on top of your right one, and ride that breath forward into a high plank, Ekapada high plank, one-legged. When you exhale, bend your elbows lower, halfway chaturanga. Inhale, keep pressing into the ball of your right foot, stretch your heart forward, tuck toe to up dog. Exhale, hug your left knee forward to your chest, seeing how slowly you can step left foot to left thumb. Press into your toes. Inhale, rise, high crescent lunge. Exhale, cactus your elbows and tilt your heart to the sky. Breathe in here. As you breathe out, wash forward with your torso and your fingertips. Moving like water. Inhale, rise up, open up the elbows, open up the heart. Exhale, lean forward, stay connected through your core, belly button to the spine. One more time, breathe in, rise. Breathe out, move forward, this time right hand to the mat. Flex your left toes and roll to the knife edges of your feet. If you need more space, left foot walks a little bit back. Breathe in, squeeze your right side to lift your pelvis away from the ground. Breathe out, softly lower outer right hip to the earth. Again, inhale, press down and rise up. Let your arm kind of move intuitively with this. Exhale, sink. Last one. Inhale, press down and rise up. Squeeze your right side. Crawl your right foot a little bit more toward your front hand. Bend both knees. Circle left toes around and back. Root your right big toe. Inhale, open up into wild thing, supporting the heart with the right shoulder blade. And stay as you exhale. Let yourself play. Let yourself find some ease here. One more breath in. Breathing out. Find your way back into down dog, staying connected through your core. Lift your heels. Sink your knees to the mat. Shift to a seated position back on your heels and let your palms face wherever they wish to, up or down. Closing your eyes. Find your breath once again. Seeing if even in this seated position you can feel the wave of the inhale from the belly to the ribs and then the chest. and out from the chest to the ribs, then the belly. Notice what this moment holds. Blink your eyes open. Inhale, reach wide, reach up. Exhale, dive through space to root your palms to the top of your mat. Inhale, get rounded as you come forward. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the knees, hips to the sky, down dog. Moving through this again a little faster. Breathe in, right leg high. Breathe out, right leg threads through to the left. Extend it, root the knife edge of your foot, left heel down. Inhale, fallen triangle. Exhale, left arm forward over your ear. Stay for one more breath in. Breathe out, left hand plants, right foot steps behind the left one, heels pivot to the left, twisted down dog. Look under your right arm, breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, turn your toes forward, right ankle on top of the left one, round your spine, come forward, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, tuck-toed up dog, lifting through the heart, lifting through the low belly. Exhale, drive your right knee forward and step into a lunge. Inhale, rise up, cactus your elbows, tilt your heart to the sky. Exhale, circle your arms forward. Right away this time, left hand to the earth. Inhale, right arm to the sky. Exhale, turn to the knife edges of both feet. Maybe crawl the right foot back. Inhale here, open it up. Exhale, soften your pelvis toward the earth. Outer left hip touches down. Breathe in, press down, rise up. As you breathe out, revolve into wild thing. Left big toe digs down, right foot circles around and back. Inhale, breath, open it up. Stay for the exhale. One more big breath in. And breathe out. Face the top of your mat. Keep your core connected as you step into downward facing dog. Let's take a couple waves through the spine between sides. Breathing in, lift your heels round forward. Breathing out, arch your back as you go back into downward facing dog. Let this be just intuitive waves, whatever's feeling good in your body. Sometimes they might be really broad. Sometimes they're like little ripples. Just kind of get some energy moving. All right, inhale. Left leg reaches high, three-legged down dog. Exhale, thread left leg through to the right. And when you breathe in, open up into fallen triangle. Breathe out, right arm forward over your ear. Stay for your in-breath. Take your out-breath to travel into twisted down dog. Left ankle behind the right one, heels to the right. Press down and forward through your palms. Look under your left arm. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, crossing left ankle on top of right one. Round forward, high plank. Exhale, keeping the legs, bend your elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, reaching from back of heart forward. Exhale, press down, round. Left knee tucks into your chest, step into a lunge. Breathe in, dig your feet down like you're clawing into sand. Reach your arms up and cactus your elbows. Breathe out, lean your torso forward, and then softly place right hand to the earth. Left arm to the sky, inhaling here. Exhale, open into horizon lunge, toes toward the long edge of the mat. Breathe in, hips away from the ground. Breathe out, sink your outer right hip toward the earth. Inhale, press down, inflate open. And exhale, traveling into wild thing. Circle the left foot around and back. Taking the in-breath to open it up. Stay moving like water. Exhale, get anchored. One more breath in. And breathing out, facing the top of the mat, coming back into downward facing dog. Once again, just have a couple breaths, making some waves. If you want to come down to hands and knees to do this, you're welcome to. Just a little time to play. Next breath in, eyes look forward. Exhale, travel to a fold at the top of your mat, but take your feet wide. Angle your heels in and your toes out. Breathe in and take a halfway lift from here. Breathe out, bend your knees and sink your hips low, finding Malasana, palms into prayer heart center. Steady your breathing. Every breath in creates space between your vertebrae. Every breath out softens through the creases of your hips, allowing your sitting bones to reach closer to the earth. Begin to softly land your pelvis down, coming to a seat. Walk your feet forward and take hold of the fronts of your shins. And then when you breathe in, start to arc your tailbone back, draw in through your waist, lift your heart and turn your gaze to look up. When you breathe out, round and curl. So belly button suctions back to your spine, pull back on your shins, lean back and see how much space you can make between your vertebrae. Again, inhale, opening up into a seated cow pose, heart rises. Exhale, round the spine, curling in, compress. One more, inhale. Exhale. Begin to reach your fingertips forward, taking an inhale breath here. As you exhale, slowly roll to lying on your back for 5, 4, 3, 2, and all the way down, landing the back of the heart and the back of the head. Let's walk the heels in just a little bit towards you. Touch the heels with the fingertips and really squeeze your inner thighs toward one another. We're just gonna do one round of either bridge or wheel. I'll cue all the way into wheel, but you can just stay in bridge if that's where you'd like to be. So take an inhale breath to prepare and feel that energy lift from your pelvic floor up to your heart. Breathe out, press into the earth, bridge your pelvis toward the sky, and then begin to walk your shoulder blades together to prop up the back of your heart. You could catch the outer edges of your mat and try to tear it in half. You could interlace your fingers at the base of your spine and press the pinky side of your hands down. Or if you're gonna go up into wheel, place your hands beside your ears, fingertips pointing down towards your shoulders. Imagine your elbows are magnetized. Breathe in to prepare. Breathe out, press down and come lightly to the crown of your head. And then on your next exhale breath, drive your arms like pillars into the earth and stretch your heart up. You can bend your knees a little bit if you need to, backing off slightly, and then just kind of rock your chest forward and back. Keep that engagement between your inner thighs. Keep the energy lifting in and up through your pelvic floor. And wherever you are, let's just take one more breath in. And as you breathe out, if you're in wheel, you can lift your heels, look to the sky, bend your elbows, softly lowering down. Everyone, one vertebra at a time, and let your sacrum land to the earth. Step your feet to the wide edges of the mat. Lean your knees in on one another. Place one hand onto your belly, one hand onto your heart. Close your eyes. Let your awareness be carried inside, fully immersed in everything that you're feeling. You can release the broken bridge, bring your knees to more of a parallel position and walk your heels underneath of your knees. Open your arms wide, hug your knees in like halfway to your chest, and then just let both of them fall to the left. So we come into this easy twist. Eyes can look right. See if you can allow both of your shoulders to drop. Allow your belly to be full of your breath, and allow every bit of engagement to drop. So there's no need to hold anything up. You're just melting. Roll through the center with your knees. You can realign your spine if needed. Hug the knees in halfway and then let them fall to the right as your eyes turn to look left. And again, relax here. Soften the fingers and the toes. Feeling your breath. Begin to come back to the center. Hug both knees into your chest, and as you do, curl your chin up, wrap your forearms around your shins, and compress your whole body as tightly as you're able. Take a full breath in, really squeeze. And when you exhale, open up into Shavasana, arms and legs wide. Everything is dropping and softening and releasing. Let yourself be like a body of water, just feeling the rise and fall of every breath, the gentle waves. And allow your awareness to drift within this container of your body. Noticing any remaining tension, softening it away on your exhales. And just taking these next few minutes to let your body absorb the effects of your practice. Staying exactly as you are, just begin to guide your awareness back into your body. Take some really deep breaths. Start to find some movements back into fingers, into toes, any other intuitive movement you want to take to gently wake back up. On an inhale breath, let your arms reach up and back over your head and stretch through the tips of your toes forward, growing really long. When you exhale, roll as fluidly as water to a side for fetal pose, relaxing the head and the hands. Press down and find your way back up to a tall seated position to close our practice in Sukhasana. Get earthy, anchored through your sitting bones. Lift tall through your spine and through the top of your head. And just take a moment here, noticing how you're doing, noticing if anything has shifted in your practice, if you learned something from your practice. Something I am reminding myself of lately is that we don't always feel good after every practice. Sometimes the shifts that are occurring can be uncomfortable. Sometimes the sensations aren't as sweet. And other days they are, but there's something to be learned, something to receive from any outcome. Draw your palms into prayer at heart center and connect again to your intention, considering how you can move more fluidly into the rest of your day and your week, riding the waves of your life, the waves of your breath. Inhale through your nose. Sigh out of your mouth. Lift your heart and bow, chin to chest. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. I hope you enjoyed this class. This is one of my favorite ways to move, finding that fluidity and just riding the waves of breath. So if you have any thoughts, comments, questions, you're welcome to leave those for me down below. You can also join my channel or subscribe below. Both of these really help to support me. And I hope that you're doing really well wherever you are. Have a great rest of your day or your night, and I will see you soon in the next practice. Bye.